Once you have created a new 2D game in Unity that you have called Spring Ninja Clone, you're going to set up in your assets folder an underscore scenes folder. Remember, we do that just to keep it towards the top alphabetically. We'll create a prefabs folder, a scripts folder, and a sprites folder. What you'll see is we are going to save our scene as main scene. So you'll just go to File, Save Scene, choose the folder that you want to save it in. I've already done this. I'm going to go to Save As Scene to demonstrate. Choose your scenes folder and then call it main scene. Pay attention to your spelling, capitalization, etc. Once you have done that in your main scene, and you'll see it named up here in the top informational bar here, we're going to create an empty game object that we are going to call game engine. So watch how I do this. I click once, game engine. Later we're going to be attaching the main script to that. Now go ahead and click in your scripts folder, and you're going to create 4 separate scripts. Your main script, this is going to be attached to the game engine, your ninja script, your poll script, and your power script. These are each going to be attached to 3 separate sprites. Make sure you pay attention to capitalization and spelling. Capital N in ninja, capital S in script, capital P, capital S, capital P, capital S, etc., etc. Make sure you follow that camel case format. Now go ahead and add your 3 sprite images, the ninja, the poll, and the power bar. Remember, you can do that by right-clicking and selecting Import New Asset, and then choosing the images that you downloaded from the class website that you've saved to your desktop. Remember not to move assets around outside of the Unity editor. You will break the links and things won't work well. Next, we're going to set up our prefabs, and so I have created in my prefabs folder by right-clicking and selecting Create Prefab, a ninja prefab, poll prefab, and power bar prefab. Pay attention to capitalization and spelling. Now what I'm going to do to create my ninja prefab is go to my sprites folder, and I'm going to pull the ninja prefab into my hierarchy. When I pull it into the hierarchy, notice that my transform is set to 0, 0, 0. That's all well and good. If I double click on this, it'll open it up. I'm going to add a couple of components to this. For starters, I'm going to add a component that is a rigidbody 2D. We're in a 2D game, and I'm going to add a component, a box collider 2D. Alright, so remember, rigidbody is going to let it have physics be able to be applied to it. The box collider is going to let us know if it runs into something, so it doesn't, fall through to the bottom of the screen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this ninja game object that's in my hierarchy onto my prefab right here. And so now I need to add one more thing to this prefab, add component. I'm going to add a script, which is the ninja script. The ninja script goes with the ninja prefab. Now I'm going to do something similar for my poll script. I'm going to go to sprites. I'm going to drag the poll up into the hierarchy. Notice that 2 is also at 0, 0, 0. I'm going to double click on it just so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to add to this poll a rigidbody 2D. And I'm going to make sure that is kinematic is checked to it. That will sort of disable gravity, which we don't want. We don't want our poles to fall through to the ground. I'm going to add a component. I'm going to add a box collider 2D. And finally, I'm going to add a script. I'm going to add the poll script to the poll. And now finally, I will click on my prefabs and drag the poll game object that has all the components added to it into the poll prefab. And we're all set. And now finally I'm going to click on my sprites. I'm going to drag the power bar into the hierarchy, and I'm actually not going to add any physics, so no rigidbody, no box collider to this. I'm simply going to add the power bar script, or the power script, to this, and I'm going to click in prefabs, and I'm going to drag the power bar onto the power prefab. Once you've created your prefabs, you can go ahead and you can delete them from your hierarchy, because we are going to instantiate them in our code. Click on the Game tab and make sure that your resolution is set to 640 by 480. You can also check your build settings by going to File, Build Settings, make sure that your main scene is in your build. You can also click on Player Settings. So long as you have Web Player selected right here, you can make sure that the resolution when you build it is also set to 640 by 480. You are now ready to go ahead and start writing your script. So look at the class website and open up main script to start, and make sure that you copy line for line the scripts that are written in main script. Make sure that you read each comment, and I would actually include the comments in your code as you are working on them, because each object there, or each comment rather, or each line is going to explain to you what is happening in the code.